Well, you know what? What I do want to say right off the bat is I am honored to be here. That's one thing. With P&G having, full responsibility for bringing me into the city for the Cincinnati Music Festival. And this is their fourth year. This is my first. So hopefully it'll be, the beginning of many.
Right.
However, I just wanted to get that out. Yeah.
Awesome. And I've worked with P&G before with the Olympians, and they were awesome. They're doing some really, really great things, especially for people of color and disenfranchised people or minorities, women, etc. So
there you go. That's awesome. And you know what? I actually did a Pantene tour, about 3 of them many, many years ago. And then I also hosted and DJed for My Black is Beautiful activations across the country. So this is a resurge, so to speak. And so I'm happy to be involved and happy to be on the phone with you.
awesome. So it's interesting. R&B music and hip hop is kind of sort of making a resurgence in the lane that it's supposed to be in, which is the pop lane. What are your thoughts on R&B not being dead anymore, or the state of R&B?
Well, I've always been an avid R&B listener and fan, and so I like real singing. I like to be mesmerized by a singer, but not only that, I love to feel. Like I'm looking for goosebumps, and I'm also looking for some great content. And many of our R&B singers have some sort of link to the church. And when you hear somebody like Faith or Fantasia or Kelly Price, or when you hear these voices, and I've only named the women, but there are so many men as well who have their heritage from the church, and they make you feel it when they sing. Anthony Hamilton, it's so many of them that are so soulful. Jill Scott, Mary J. Blige,
Tyrese.
I love the return to what's true and what feels good.
Right. Do you think the like my generation, the millennial generation, do you think that type of home good singing is needed with our generation? Because as I'm sitting here thinking, I don't really know any artists in my millennial generation who actually have that ability to carry that way.
Yeah, I think for the most part, a lot of the textures have changed, not only in vocals, but also in music. And so it would be great. From what I understand, millennials, they dig, real R&B when they hear it. And I don't say real R&B to diss this generation of. It's just this generation of R&B is sort of a culmination of hip hop, of R&B together. It's not contemporary.
Right.
And so I am a fan of contemporary R&B as well as the new school R&B. But yeah, it would be great if the likes of Eric Benet and, Faith Evans and all of those types of artists, Lettucey, were given accolades and appreciated in the formats that new R&B is as well.
What do you think the solution is to that? For so long, as a journalist and as a singer-songwriter myself, I've often wondered why those artists like a Lettucey or like a Eric Benet have fallen into like this adult contemporary moment where they can't really actually get into Grammy performances or like live performances on television in that pop culture world when they actually do exist in that world. What do you think is the solution to help fix that or rid that?
Well, they definitely have broken up the categories at the Recording Academy. And so contemporary still exists, and there was a reason why they were doing that is because, radio and the millennials are so hard on new school R&B, it wasn't giving the opportunity for contemporary R&B to be able to compete. So they split the categories up, which is great because now you can judge them as sort of two different genres, contemporary being the main and then new R&B being a subcategory. But I do see lots of them. For example, when it's time to show homage to a bona fide legend of R&B, they usually want contemporary R&B artists as a part of their celebratory moment on television.
That's so
and
true.
so we saw one, most recently with the Anita Baker tribute, and Ledisi was a part of that. So it's always great to be able to have that moment within any award show. It's just, the tide has changed. And it'll just take one new, youthful artist to come along with a great voice that reminds us of Luther Vandross, or, someone with a full-bodied range to kind of set the trend in a whole new direction. But right now, it is where it is. It's great. I'm enjoying it, but it's always great to see new talent with a new perspective come in.
Right.
But what I do love for the Cincinnati Music Festival is that it's this walk down this nostalgic type of lane to the 90s. And so we get to hear and see those who remind us of what 90s music was like on the bill for this weekend. So I'm excited to see the lineup that we have.
Yeah, I saw the names. Jill Scott, Common. I mean, it looks like it's going to be a crazy weekend. I only wish I was there. I'm stuck in Atlanta, but it looks like it's going to be a fantastic event.
Yes, absolutely.
What are your thoughts on the state of hip hop? Currently, there's like rap music, and then there's like rappers, and there's a lot of mixing with R&B, like rap singing, R&B music, etc. But as far as hip hop is concerned, which is rooted in the community, which is rooted in speaking for the voiceless, what are your thoughts on the state of actual hip hop?
Well, I think the state of hip hop, there are many ways that I could answer that question. However, I do feel like it has put a lot of people to work, and it's allowed many people with talent, be it in front of the camera, behind the camera, makeup, styling, clothing designers. It's just put so many of us who love this culture to work. And honestly, I'm a DJ, so I've been able to find a love for all formats of hip hop, including what they call mumble rap. I think the music for those songs is captivating. It has a drum that we cannot resist, and that's obvious when you put a record on and the whole dance floor is crowded. Though they may not understand what the rapper is saying, they understand what the beat is telling their bodies to do, and that is to move.
Right, they understand the feeling.
I understand that as well. As it relates to it being rooted in the community, there are so many MCs that are still delivering the music that can satiate those that are looking for something that is much more appetizing and fulfilling, a real meal. Although they may not be on the front lines, we do have those who are unafraid to take the mic and have been given the opportunity and the platform to do so, like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, and, for that matter, Drake, Macklemore, Eminem. When they choose to take the microphone, they say something of great importance. And so we still have them out there. We have a plethora of female MCs, too, that, may not have major record deals,
right,
but they are the beacon of their communities. And people look to them for guidance and leadership and nurturing what a woman does in her family and for her community at large. So they're still out there. It's just up to us to promote and push them. And as a matter of fact, P&G and the My Black is Beautiful brand are collaborating with the Freedom Center tomorrow. And I am going to give a keynote speech, and we are going to be there with the initiative and keeping in mind that it's all about the advancement for women with
Right.
navigating barriers and possibilities. So I'm going to be there. There's no more of an important cause right now than for us to get out there, P&G, with the invitation out to me because they know that I am all about women's empowerment. And so we are going to be there speaking to women and speaking a message of being unstoppable and going after your goals and not stopping until you reach them.
Amen. That is absolutely beautiful. And I just want to personally thank you for all your works within hip hop, with your foundation and the college fund and everything. I see everything that you're doing, and it's always so amazing. Last year, I donated some money to the fund so that it wasn't a lot, but anything
Thank
helps.
you.
Anything
No, yeah,
helps.
exactly. Everything helps. I have two graduates happening after this semester, and one of them is set to be valedictorian. So
Wow.
we are extremely happy with the scholarship winners. They are really about their business. They're all 3.5, 4.0 average students. And so thank you very much for your donation.
I do want to say really quickly, MC Lyte, what do you have going on next? You are a revered hip hop legend in the industry, living legend. What is next for MC Lyte? And congratulations on your engagement and your marriage.
Thank you very much. That is, first and foremost, is to, keep myself dedicated to my marriage overall. I'm a woman who has been raised in this music industry, so it's really easy to be snatched away on tour and doing all sorts of things, but, home is first. Outside of that, and thank you for the well wishes, we have a production and management company, so we are going full steam ahead with production of TV and film, so I'm completely excited about
Wow.
that.
Okay.
Outside of SWAT and Queen of the South, I've joined Power, so I show up on one of the last episodes of the season, and looking forward to coming back in the next season of Power. And then also, I just was casted in a movie called Bad Hair from the creators of Dear White People, so I'm looking forward to joining them on that set. And then, of course, there's music. I'm in the studio working with Warren Campbell right now, and we have a single coming. We just did a video last week for the song called Anything, which is, light-headed in yet another direction. So I'm excited about it, and as always, we're raising money for #EducateOurMen to put these young men through school at Dillard University. And so thank you for asking. You can find out about everything at mclyte.com.
Thank you
Perfect.
so
All right,
much.
thank you. Thank you. Have a good one. Take
Bless you.
care.
Bye bye.
All right. God bless. Bye.